Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you some tips and tricks that you can use to customize your iPad Pro. You might have heard some of these before, but I guarantee there's going to be something in here you didn't know to do or weren't familiar with. So I would stick along just because I've got some really cool tips here and it'll make your iPad look a lot more aesthetic, and other people looking at your iPad are going to be like, how did you do that? So let's jump into it. My first tip is creating customizable wallpaper. So I actually created this wallpaper myself. It's super easy. I tend to do all of my wallpapers using an image from Pinterest. And then I'll take that image, I'll import it into this app called Fonto, and I'll arrange some funny quote or some interesting quote around the image in a nice way. Fonto has all of these customizable features that make it really easy to just edit the text however you want. And I highly recommend this app if you have any other text over image editing needs, like a thumbnail for YouTube, for example. So I have this one. I also made one for my MacBook that people seem to like from my last video, so I'll link that down below as well. My next suggestion is specifically for the app GoodNotes or whatever note-taking app you're using. If you want to have a nice color palette, there's actually this app called Coolors. I'll link all these apps down below. But I love this app because it basically lets you just generate random color palettes like this. It's really nice, and all the colors will go together, and if you like a color, you can lock it and generate other colors around that color. It's really, really convenient. So then what I like to do with those colors, especially for GoodNotes, is I'll open the GoodNotes app, and there's actually a way that you can import custom colors into the app. So I'll take the color palette that I made, I'll import each of the colors by a text code value from Coolors, and then when I'm taking my notes, I have this nice color palette instead of the weird GoodNotes default color palette, which can kind of be jarring. Instead, you have this nice aesthetic color palette that goes with a lot of things, and it just makes your note-taking a lot nicer. Okay, my next tip is specifically for Procreate. So what I like to do in Procreate, so you probably have Procreate if you have an iPad, but there's so many ways to customize Procreate, and one of them is importing custom brushes. There are so many custom brushes online. Some of them are paid, some of them are free. I'll link the best paid and free ones, but definitely with the free ones, you should just go ahead and install them because it's just a free brush. So all you're gonna have to do is go to one of the websites, but then you can just click through and you can download them onto your iPad, and then when you open the file, it will just open in Procreate. And then, so for example, I have this extra set of brushes here, and it just gives me more options for drawing within the app. So I really like that. It's really convenient, and you can just expand your collection in Procreate and make even more drawings if you import custom brushes from online. The next cool thing you can do is install this app called Fonts, and this app will allow you to type regular text in a new font, and this is really convenient if you're wanting to label different things, as if you're wanting to use a different font for different labels. What I use it most for is labeling my folders, and that's because I downloaded it from Fonts, imported it, and put it on. My next tip is to check out the shortcuts that your iPad has to offer. It's just really cool. You can set up all of these automations that can do all of these specific things for your iPad. I would recommend just going through the gallery and looking at the available ones that you can do. It's really interesting. You can set up things that will tell you the word of the day, image of the day. It will set an alarm at a certain time of day. At a certain time of day, it will calculate how far it's going to take you to get somewhere. Basically anything you could code into your life, there's going to be an easy way to automate it. And if it's not part of here, you can actually automate it yourself. So that takes me to, so I really like this game called Set on the internet. It's just called Set with Friends. So you can actually add websites as like little app icons to your home screen. So to do that in Safari, you basically just click the save to home screen, and then you'll have it on your home screen. But when I was doing this, I realized that I usually use Google Chrome and I didn't really want to play the game in Safari. So I actually used the shortcuts to create a new shortcut. So you can just go to My Shortcuts here, and you can always do create a shortcut. When you create a shortcut, you can make one that opens Google Chrome, goes to setwithfriends.com, and then you can save that to your lock screen. So actually now I have this custom Set with Friends little icon on my lock screen, and that opens it directly in Google Chrome, which is really convenient. My next tip is to just look through the settings in Settings to make sure that all of the settings are the ones that you prefer. There are a lot of specific things you can customize with the iPad and even with your Apple Pencil as well. So just go through those, see what there is, make sure they're set to the one you like. My favorite is light and dark mode, but there's actually a feature where you can toggle between light and dark mode during different times of day, and I think that's the most perfect way to not have to choose between light and dark mode on your iPad. My last two tips are for people who want to learn more tips about their iPad that I might not have covered here. First, there is always the tips icon here within your iPad that you can click on, which offers a lot of little customization hacks for your iPad as well. You should just go through those and make sure you've found everything that you can do and ways you can set up your iPad. And my last tip is to actually get Reddit, the app Reddit, and go to the subreddit r/iPad Pro. There's a lot of cool people who are just posting interesting things they're doing with their iPad. It's a really nice community. And if you're really passionate about your iPad, it's fun to interact with people who are also really passionate about their iPad. So I suggest joining that subreddit, or at least reading through some of the examples, because there are other ways that you can use your iPad to do cool things. Okay everybody, that was my video for today. I hope you liked it. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and check out the description box down below for some action items for you today. Okay, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.